Hey guys, it's Karl. Clearly somewhere way different. If you watched my original, or I should say the 10th gen entry-level iPad, you'll know that I'm in the south of Spain actually for my 7th final wedding of the year. Decided to, of course, bring some work along. What's new? Thank you, Siri. So clearly this is my second unboxing because my first was on a rooftop in Murcia, and this one is in Alicante. The filming location is a tad bit better. I'm not sweating, I'm not as hungover. Let's get into the iPad Pro 2nd gen unboxing. It's gonna be the same as my previous one, but a bit better shooting condition. So as you can see, the iPad box remains pretty much the same. It just has the brand new photo on it. The only difference that's changing is actually the internals. It's now supercharged with the M2 chip, but you'll see that the iPad Pro 2nd gen is actually very similar to the 1st gen iPad Pro, whereas the entry-level iPad, that had a brand new redesign. So the box will come off. Boom, boom. You can see the iPad Pro up top, and just like the previous gen, it comes in two different sizes. So the model which I have here is the 12.9 inch. You can also grab it in, of course, 11. So quite the large tablet. This is the largest iPad that you can get, and it still comes in the two color options. Unfortunately, I think Apple is keeping it a bit safe and a bit reserved for their Pro model. So this only comes in space gray, which is what you see here, or the classic silver. The entry-level iPads come in those four funky new colors, the yellow, the blue, the pink, of course, as well as silver. And inside of the box, we have the exact same stuff, actually. So the same little thing designed by California in Apple. Warranty manuals, user info, as well as non-pro Apple stickers. So still the white stickers, but it's nice, unlike the iPhones where you only have the one sticker because the box is smaller, at least you still get two. We also have the exact same charging brick and USB-C cable on the inside as the 10th gen iPad. So this is a 20-watt charger and, of course, a USB-C cable. This one is braided, which is super nice. I am a fan of the braided cables, but just keep in mind because they are a bit more prone to getting dirty, so depending on where you put your braided cables, these will pick up a bit more dirt over time. I don't think that's too big of a deal. And other than that, that is your unboxing of the iPad Pro. So quickly as I get this out of the way, because the iPad is already set up, it's super simple. I set it up as a new device. There are a couple differences between the larger 12.9 inch and the smaller 11 inch. Of course, the first thing being the price. The smaller 11 inch starts at $799 and the larger 12.9 inch starts at $1099. That's of course 128 gigs of storage. Canadian dollars, you're looking at $10.99 for the smaller one and then around $1,500 for the larger 12.9 inch. Unfortunately, I don't know my Spanish or Euro pricing, so someone let me know down below. And when you think about that for an iPad, you still need to get extra accessories. So the iPad Pro still rock the 2nd gen Apple Pencil. It still snaps to the side of the iPad. That's how it charges. You can actually see the little animation there. That's the first time I'm actually pairing it. You'll also probably want to get some sort of case or keyboard combo. And those typically cost around $200 or more, especially if you're getting something from Apple. So the price of iPad Pros quickly starts to get a bit out of hand, and it's easy to spend close to $2,000 on an entire iPad Pro setup. And I know that a lot of artists, graphic designers swear by using the Apple Pencil, which I think this is great for. But for a lot of other people, I still argue that the versatility of Mac OS is a lot better. And even though this has the M2 chip, even the previous gen iPad Pro, which I still have, I still use that at home, I still don't use it to its full potential, even with its M1 chip inside. I still use it a lot for Sidecar. I still use it for media consumption, playing the occasional game. I don't really utilize my Apple Pencil as much as I wish that I could. And that's one of the big updates actually coming to the new iPad Pro. It actually has this feature with the Apple Pencil where if you bring it 12 millimeters close to the screen, you actually get a bit of an animation of, say, the app is launching, or if you're selecting a different color or paint option in your favorite painting app of choice, you'll start to see a few animations happen. Does that actually change the use case from the Apple Pencil? It doesn't change anything, with the writing. The response time is the same, but it gives you a bit more immersion. So I think maybe graphic designers, artists will like that a lot, but for most people, the new iPad Pro isn't really worth the upgrade. Obviously, I've just taken this out of the box, but from my initial, kind of thoughts, if you already own the first gen iPad Pro, I don't think you need to, of course, make the jump to the second gen. Before I do forget, another big difference from the larger 12.9 inch to the 11 inch, I've noticed that a lot here in the south of Spain, especially because it's so bright. The larger model does have a better display. It actually gets up to 1600 nits of peak nit brightness, 1000 nits normally, whereas the smaller display is only at 600 nits. So definitely great to use when you're in direct sunlight. When you flip around the iPad Pro, you can see that it still has the same camera sensors. So we have a 12 megapixel main, that's a standard wide, 10 megapixel ultra wide, and the LiDAR scanner. So if you do a lot of augmented reality work, I think that does work very well. And we do have the front facing camera, which is a 12 megapixel wide, and that does have center stage. So great to use for things like, of course, FaceTime. The only weird thing, when you do have it docked sideways, the camera on the side of iPad Pro is on, I guess, the portrait side or the top side, whereas on the other iPads, the entry-level iPad, it's actually on the landscape mode, which I think is the most used form for an iPad, but correct me if I'm wrong, who is a landscape user versus portrait user? Let me know down below in the comments. And that's kind of your first look at the new iPad Pros. I will wrap this video up as I kind of want to get back to a bit of vacation. Hope you guys enjoyed, and I'll catch the rest of you in one of my next vids. Peace!